Hey everybody, John here, back with another Dominaria draft. We're going to hop into this intermediate Swiss queue. I've been having a lot of fun drafting this in paper. This will be my second time drafting it on, well, not my second time recording it on Magic Online. This will be my fourth draft of the format. So far on Magic Online, I've gone 2-1 twice and 1-2 once. So that was a little less than ideal, but I really have been enjoying this format, so let's see what we open. Well, it looks like we've got the Mirari Conjecture. We've got Academy Journey Mage, Mesa Unicorn, Goblin Barrage, Adeliz, War Chief, Fire Elemental, Bailiff Gorger. I haven't drafted the Wizards deck, and I understand that it's probably one of the best archetypes in the format. I mean, I've been drafting green decks mostly. I like the first draft I did. I pack one, pick one to Bailiff Gorger. My most recent draft, I pack one, pick one to Gilded Lotus in paper, and then I got past a bunch of busted green cards. So let's take Adeliz and see if we can't make Wizards happen. Well, there's a Knight of Grace. There's also Gitu Journey Mage. So I think Knight of Grace is easily the best card in this pack. But we could just go hard in and force Wizards if we wanted to. And Gitu Journey Mage is definitely a powerful wizard. There's also Academy Drake, where if I wanted to just take the Drake. It's like the next best card in the pack in these colors, I think. And just pass this Knight of Grace and take Journey Mage instead. Yeah, let's take Journey Mage. Let's go all in as we can. So, okay, we got Fungal Plots, which is a really sick build around. There's also Wizard's Retort, which is kind of not the best payoff for the Wizard deck. There's also this Opt. There's also a Prospector. There's a Cold Snapper, I guess, and a Tolarian Scholar. I think I'll take the Opt. I think having instants for these Adeliz triggers is going to be huge, so we'll take the Opt. Ooh, here we go. Merfolk Trickster. There's also Rescue, which seems like a bad card for this, but we'll take this Merfolk Trickster over this Keldon Raider and Academy Drake. Next best cards are like Gideon's Reproach and Spore Swarm, so we'll take the Trickster. Looks like we're going to be heavier in blue as of right now. Granted, third picking an Opt is not exactly where I wanted to be. But listen, we don't pack one, pick one Adeliz to not play, Wizards. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Journey Mage, definitely a very, very powerful wizard if you can get it to go off. One of the decks I played against online was a black-red deck that was using Calico Skin Witches as additional wizards to trigger Gitu Journey Mage. So we'll see how crazy we can make things happen. Of course, the tension in any sort of prowess-style deck like Adeliz is kind of pushing us into is having too many creatures and not enough spells, or the opposite. So we're going to definitely want to make sure that we have the right amount of things. Well, we don't have anything huge in our colors, per se. There's a Keldon Raider, which I really feel like I'm incentivized to take. There's also this Wild Onslaught, which is also just secretly just really absurd in the right circumstances. I definitely don't want another Opt. Or I don't want to take it now. There's also Artificer's Assistant. It has flying, and it makes it a little bit evasive. So I think I'll just take this Keldon Raider. It'll be fine. Alright, so we have another Gitu Journey Mage. There's also a Sorcerer's Wand, which I might wheel. Might actually wheel the Sorcerer's Wand. Because if any deck wants Sorcerer's Wand, it's the Wizard deck. But yeah, we'll take this Gitu Journey Mage. Ooh, man. Joda? Joda is a wizard. I'm not playing any of these other cards. Yeah, let's take Joda. Let's just see if we can make Joda work. Oh, Lich's Mastery? If I take this, I'm not playing it. I'm taking this to be really spicy. Although Syncopate might just be better in our deck. Yeah, let's just take Syncopate. Syncopate's just going to be better. So this pack, okay, so I didn't think that we would wheel the Academy Journey Mage, because that card is bonkers. So I can take the Rampaging Cyclops, but I think I just want this Radiating Lightning over an Artificer's Assistant. We wheeled the Lava Runner, which I kind of expected to happen. So this next pack had the Wizard's Lightning in it, or Wizard's Retort, excuse me, not Wizard's Lightning. If we got like a 12th, 11th pick Wizard's Lightning, that would be bonkers. And I don't think that would ever happen. But let's see. Also, we didn't wheel the Mirari Conjecture. That's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and put Joda in the sideboard. Because we're going to need to open some very specific cards to be able to play Joda. Alright, so we did not wheel the Wizard's Retort. We did wheel a Blood Tallow Candle, a Prospector, and a Scholar. I think I'll take the Scholar. It's a wizard. It's not the best wizard, but it's a wizard. I don't think we want multiple Keldon Raiders, so I'll take this Rescue, put it in the board. I'll take another Opt over an Artificer's Assistant. I'll take the Unwind, and I'll play it up front. That's fine. Assistant, or Unwind, does get us 2 activations, potentially, of Adeliz in mid-combat, which is probably bigger than I'm thinking it's going to be. So right now, I probably wouldn't mind opening a Sulphur Falls, but I'm sure there's better cards like Anaru Mayhap, or just more Mirari's Conjectures. That's fine too, I guess. But I think seriously, it's going to be Blink of an Eye here. Frenzied Rage is a fine aura, but this deck doesn't really do auras, or at least Wizards doesn't seem to be doing auras. And then, like, Sorcerer's Wand, like, I can just do better with Sorcerer's Wand. And I don't want stuff like Fire Elemental, or Arcane Flight, or Tolarian Scholar, so we'll take Blink of an Eye. Maybe I'm undervaluing the Mirari Conjecture. Like, it's a very powerful card. There's no bones about it, but it is very specific. The other thing with the Conjecture is that we don't have anything that really goes well with it. That's another problem. So Flame of Keld, I actually did a mono red draft, and I drafted Flame of Keld in that deck. It was fine, but I'm not taking it here. Probably going to take this Blink of an Eye. We don't really have any artifacts for Orcish Vandal. It's also a warrior. I don't want any of these artifacts. Just take Blink of an Eye. What do we got here? We got Cloudrider Sphinx. There's also a Gitu Chronicler. But I don't have a lot of things that Gitu Chronicler is really absurd with. I could take Jousting Lance as well, but I think I want to take this Cloudrider Sphinx. The Sphinx is just obliquely powerful. Sure, it doesn't go well with our Wizards game plan, but it's also just a 3/4 flyer for 5 that scries 2. So I looked at some of these cards in this pack, but my eyes immediately went to Fight with Fire. Card's just bonkers. Now I really want to wield that Gitu Chronicler, because being able to buy back a Fight with Fire is a big game. Alright, what do we have here? We have a Lava Runner. Ooh, there's also a Runamuck. Ooh, there's also a Joyous Familiar. Well, we don't have any historic cards except for Adeliz, so Joyous Familiar, not super relevant right now. I would love this Lava Runner, but I bet we can wheel it, and I think Runamuck's going to be a less replaceable effect than that Lava Runner's going to be. And also, we got this pretty late, so I feel pretty confident that we'll get that Lava Runner back as well. And right now, I think the first thing I'm going to cut is this Unwind. Maybe, and I'm looking at these 2 ops as well. Alright, what do we have here? There's Arcane Flight. There's a Keldon Warcaller, I suppose. Well, Warcaller is a 2/2 for 2, and that's definitely fine for this style of deck. I could also see taking the Arcane Flight here. Particle Wanderer is also, non-zero amounts of good, but we'll just take this Keldon Warcaller. Sure, it's not a wizard, but we only have 9 creatures now, and we have 3 non-wizards, and ideally we're not playing this Tolarian Scholar, but we have time to find other wizards. Or what is this Eviscerate doing? People, do you not realize how good this card is? This card is bonkers. Okay, so I'm going to take this Wizard's Retort because I'm not a monster. Also, we don't have great mana fixing, so splashing this Eviscerate's really hard, but why is there an Eviscerate, a Jousting Lance, and a Saproling Migration here? Why? Are none of you in those colors? Okay, so I'm going to take the Skittering Surveyor over Flame of Keldon Opt and Unwind, only because it gives us potential outs to play Joda. Also, that's probably a criminally late Skittering Surveyor, to be fair. I think I'll take an Arcane Flight here over Frenzied... Well, this is interesting. Would I rather have Arcane Flight or Frenzied Rage? Or just a Tolarian Scholar. How many wizards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take the wizard. Being able to make him a 3/4 randomly could be probably a big game. All right, here I'll take the Cyclops over these other cards because at worst it's a 4-mana 4/4. But sometime we may be able to tempo them out. Like we've got Blink of an Eyes. So we can, mess with things if necessary. Alright, so I really want that Lava Runner that we saw earlier in the pack. That we took the Run Amok over. Really want to see that wizard. Alright, who's holding us up? Okay, so it's just Germ 9 is holding us up. Well, technically it's Andabot. This was not that pack. Do I want any of these cards? Am I scared of any of these cards? It's like Guardians of Koilos, I guess. I did have a sick draft where I managed to go Guardians of Koilos, pick up my Skittering Surveyor, and then in the same turn replay my Skittering Surveyor. This was not that pack, but this deck would want a Fervent Strike. Alright, so I think this next pack was the one with the Lava Runner. So we'll see if we managed to pick up our Lava Running boy. We did not. Would I rather have Befuddle or Prospector? I'd rather have Befuddle, but I'm going to put Befuddle on the board. Alright, so we did not wheel the Lava Runner, which is fine. That's fine. Well, we opened a dual land, but it's not the dual land I wanted. We also opened two sagas, which are not the sagas I wanted. It's also red uncommon, however, Valduk is a shaman, not a wizard, but we did open Shivan Fire, which I'm going to take over Cloud Reader Sphinx. Because you can't have too many 5-drops. And this deck needs real huge tempo swings. Also, we don't have any real removal. Like, we have Fight with Fire, that's real removal. We have Radiating Lightning, great against tokens. We have Blink of an Eye, but that's a bounce spell. Shivan Fire is just solid. It's a shock at worst, and at best it's a, deal 4. And this is certainly a print run. So I could take Befuddle, I could take Keldon Raider. I think I'm going to take the Skittering Surveyor here, because now it lets us play Joda a little bit more reasonably. And Joda's a wizard, so that's not nothing. I think if this is closer to Pac-Man Pick 1, I would take Joyra's Familiar instead. Although the player to our right took an uncommon out of this pack, so it's probably something that they really want for their deck. Alright, what do we got here? We got Divinat Ion, as well as another Skittering Surveyor. We don't need to get too hard in the paint with Skittering Surveyor, thankfully. It's not a wizard, it doesn't do a whole bunch else. But this deck is definitely going to want a Divination over something like a Warcry Phoenix. Yeah, I'll just take Divination. Ooh, Karn's Temporal Sundering. This card's very powerful and has been seeing a lot of, or not a lot, but some play in Standard thanks to people like Ali Antrazi and Saffron Olive. There's also another Wizard's Retort, but I think you can get flooded on Wizard's Retorts. There's also another Run Amok. I'm just going to take this Temporal Sundering and put it in my sideboard. I don't think we're actually going to play it. It'd be real dope if we were able to, though. Alright, so here is... Okay, so this pick I thought was going to be close, but it's actually not that close. There's Goblin Barrage, which at worst is just 4-mana deal 4, which we do need to be able to deal with creatures. But I get the feeling we're going to need creatures, more so than being able to kill creatures. Well, I guess the question... Okay, so there's 11 cards in this pack. We take one that's 10, so we're going to get this pack with 2 cards in it? Yeah, no, we're not going to get back Goblin Barrage. So I'd rather have Gitu Journey Mage or Goblin Barrage? I think I'd rather have Gitu Journey Mage. I'd rather my Journey Mages pretty consistently be able to deal 2. Alright, here I'm going to take Cloud Reader Sphinx. Pretty, not close there. Ooh, okay, so here's an interesting thing. There's Diligent Excavator, which is a 2-drop. There's another Cloud Reader Sphinx. There's an Opt. There's another Radiating Lightning. There's another Rescue. But there's also this Haphazard Bombardment, which I'm going to go ahead and play. It doesn't seem great. Oh, by the way, we're taking this Clifftop Retreat to help play Joda. You know, it's great. But this Haphazard Bombardment, I got it played against me, and it was actually pretty decent. But, I mean, you're going to hit 3 of 4 things that you want to hit if you get to play it on curve and whatnot. Alright, Clifftop Retreat, get it in the deck. I don't think we want any of these cards. I'll take this Opt and put it in the sideboard, though. Alright, so we're at 30. We're at 29 playables. Probably need to make some cuts. It's probably Rampaging Cyclops. It's probably a Tolarian Scholar. Don't want to cut any other 4s. I don't think so. Probably cutting an Opt or 2. What do we? Oh, we had Keldon Raider or Grand Warlord Rado Wield. That's not something I would have expected to see. We'll take I'll take Keldon Raider. We'll put it in the main deck for now. Maybe actually cut Haphazard Bombardment. Doesn't feel like a Haphazard Bombardment deck. So now this is 25 playables. Take Radiating Lightning. Put it in the sideboard. I'll main deck a Run Amok. Yeah, I think we cut a Scholar. Unfortunately, our curve starts at 3. I don't think we want Wizard's Retort. If it was Wizard's Lightning, we could have a debate. And then this would be 16 lands. It's interesting. Could this work with 16 lands? 1 Plains, which gives us 4 sources of white for Joda. We're also heavier red than I thought we would be. Sage of Latnam, go away. We're not playing Prospector in this deck. Same with Island. Alright, so how are games going to go with this deck? How are we going to do? What's the usual sequence in this deck? All right. So let's go and add basics for now. 1, 5, 9. I think this is closer to what I want. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sources. Well, 8. 10 red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources. And then 4 white sources. Alright, so what's going to be the usual play pattern for this deck? We're going to skip turn 1, we're going to skip turn 2. Turn 3, we get to start playing things, hopefully a Skittering Surveyor or maybe a Divination. Turn 4, we play another Wizard, perhaps? No, I don't think that this deck can play that well. So I think what we have to do is cut some cards to play another land. Probably cut a Blink of an Eye. Add in another mountain. Yeah, I like adding a mountain. Then we've got Merfolk Trickster, Blink of an Eye, Divination, Joda, Sphinxes, and Syncopate as our blue cards. Well, and Adelise. So then our non-creature spells are Fervent Strike, Shivan Fire, Blink of an Eye, Run Amok, Divination, Fight with Fire, Radiating Lightning, Syncopate. I think this seems fine. Yeah, I think this seems okay. I'm not super keen on it, unfortunately. Unless, would a number of these opts be better than Actually, yeah, let's take out Radiating Lightning and put in an Opt, just for a little bit more selection. Yeah, let's try this. This could very well be among the worst Wizards decks I've ever seen. Also, I opt to look back at the draft, and because I probably should have taken the Knight of Grace, pack 1, pick 2, but opening Adeliz and being able to take Adeliz there, I think was probably correct. Even if, the deck didn't end up great. Like, we didn't get a lot of the 2-drop wizards. Have a lot of Journey Mages, though. Also, the fact we didn't wield the Academy Journey Mage makes me a little sad. Alright, our opponent won the die roll. So we are on the draw, and this hand is terrible. We will mulligan. This hand is fine. We will keep it. Keldon Warcaller is a 2-drop. I will definitely put that on top of our deck. Alright, opponent is playing a Plains. We'll lead on the mountain because if we get to Shivan Fire something on turn 2, that's going to be a huge game. Worst comes to worst, we get to... Alright, they play Jousting Lance. That's totally okay. Let's play Clifftop Retreat because we know no fear. Play out our Keldon Warcaller. Say go. Next turn we can go Island Adeliz. Ooh. Do they have nothing? Alright, well they could have stupid Gideon's Reproach, but I really don't care if they have Gideon's Reproach here. Oh, they don't have it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think our opponent's going to be very sad if they play anything that has 2 toughness. Or if they Divination here. Oh, man. They're going to be very sad if they have to Divination. Alright, what do you have, opponent? Oh, Sergeant at Arms. Well, okay, Sergeant at Arms is annoying. I kind of wanted to draw Divination there. So, my opponent's going to be very sad about this, because I'm going to use Fervent Strike to kill their Sergeant at Arms. But I mean, they kind of had to play it there, so it is what it is. Yeah, Fervent Strike on the Warcaller, trigger Adeliz, make our dudes bigger, and by dudes I mean wizards. We'll say go. So let's see what our opponent has. They have a Skittering Surveyor. Well, so that's going to find them a land. Green mana. Okay, so they're also doing kind of 3-color shenanigans. Alright, so for 1 green, there's not a whole lot that they could have in this format. So I don't actually feel that bad at all about just jamming with both and then playing Cloud Eater Sphinx post-combat. Because, I mean, there's nothing for 1 green that they could have that interacts favorably here. Because this is their only real block. And I feel like Shivering Firing a Skittering Surveyor is kind of not really what I want to be doing right now. Alright. So they block to preserve their life total. We just slam a Sphinx. And we can just scry 2. Ooh. Mountain goes away. Run Amok, however, stays right where it is. So, Run Amok on the Keldon Warcaller. Could very well be game. Alright, so they're going to main phase Opt. Alright, let's see. Where are they putting the Opt card? They put it on the bottom. Oh, they draw Shalai. Oh, honey. Oh, honey, no. Alright, so let's see. What's better? So I can Shivan Fire the Shalai now. And if I do that, then I get in for 8. And then I get to have Run Amok next for the next combat. Or I attack with everything, use Run Amok. But what do they block? So if they block Adeliz, then they're taking 5 going to 6. Then Run Amok makes Adeliz a 6/6. because of the +1/+1 off of Adelise's ability. Alright, so either I Shiv and Fire the Shalai and deal 8, dropping them to 3. Or I can attack with everything and use Run Amok and then put them to 4. I don't think there's a big difference there. But I think I'd rather just go ahead and get all this damage in now. Because Shalai is going to be very annoying very quickly. Especially if they get to untap with Shalai and are able to, play a land to put counters on her. That's going to be awkward. Also, this mana is confusing me a little bit. Okay, alright. So opponent concedes. So, I'm assuming that they only have 2 forests in the deck, specifically for Shalai's ability. So I'm going to assume that they're a blue-white deck that is splashing forests for Shalai specifically. So I guess the next question is, does that change any decisions that I may make sideboarding? Shalai is a huge deal, but we have ways of killing it between Shiv and Fire and Fight with Fire. Haphazard Bombardment is not really what I want to be doing if our opponent is playing Shalai. It's like, would I want Wizard's Retort against them? Probably not. Would I rather Blink of an Eye? Would I rather another Blink of an Eye over something? I think this seems fine. I think I like this. This is going to be fine. I should have checked Gitu Journey Mage real quick to make sure that it's each opponent, not just target opponent. This hand is terrible. Our opponent's going to be on the play, obviously. Opponent kept 7. We have to mulligan. This hand's good. I will keep this hand. Each opponent, excellent. So we're going to keep... we will keep Gitu Journey Mage on top. So we get to go turn 2 Keldon Warcaller, which is a bear. Bears are pretty good. Play Mountain. Say go. Make our opponent fear the possibility of a Shiv and Fire. Ooh, Tetsuko. Alright, well, unblockable 1/3s are awkward. We'll play Keldon Warcaller, say go. Gotta get on the board. Opponent plays a forest into Skittering Surveyor, which can't be blocked, so this is a combo. So yeah, I think after seeing Tetsuko, I'm feeling more and more justified that they are a white-blue deck that is splashing for the one and only Shalai off of her ability. Well, we can't block either of these, so we're going to attack with our Keldon Warcaller. Because we only know fighting. Yeah, they're not blocking. And we'll play our own Skittering Surveyor. Yes, I would like to use its ability. Because we have Keldon Raider in hand, I'm going to go get a Mountain. Also, because our only double blue card is Merfolk Trickster, and that's more of a late game card anyways. Alright, so opponent played the Forest off of their Surveyor, and they're going to hit us for 2 because we literally can't block them, because they're all unblockable. Yep, we will take our Medicine, go to 17. Opponent follows up with a Voltaic Servant. Ooh, that's adorable. That right there, that is adorable. Oh, they chose not to untap it? That seems incorrect. So they have 2 mana up. This could be a Gideon's Reproach, but we are going to serve with the team because we can't. Sure, they can block the Warcaller, and I don't really mind that at all. Because again, we're not blocking. We can't block any of their dudes, so why play at it? And then we're going to play Keldon Raider, use our mana. And then we get to rummage. I do not want this Mountain. And see, we replace it with another Mountain. So everything is fine and good. Alright, how does our opponent react? They play another Forest. Okay, so that's weird. maybe they're just fully 3 colors, I guess? I guess that could also be a reasonable area that they could be in. So what does our opponent follow up with? With 5 mana. Ah, Mammoth Spider. Well, that does halt the aggression quite a bit. Alright, so we'll play this island. And so I guess a question that I could have is, do I play Journey Mage and then hold up Syncopate for 1, or do I just hold up Syncopate for 1 billion? Like, I'm not sure what these Journey Mages do right now. Because, like, my thinking right now is, like, if I attack with everything, what happens? Well, they block here, take 1. I lose my Raider, and then everything's bad. I could play another creature, but my creature doesn't do anything on this board anyways. So I think I'd rather just hold up Syncopate for however much mana I need. Because if they slam a Shalai, I could very well be dead in very short order. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pass the turn, make no attacks. I don't know if I'm winning this game, but there are definitely some outs that I could have where this game is not over immediately. Opponent plays another forest. And they will attack with their unblockable dudes, as one would expect them to be. Again, we cannot block. We will go to 11. Alright. And they do nothing on their turn. Okay. Alright, now that I have the ability to Syncopate for 2, I don't feel too bad about just running out one of our Journey Mages. And then just say go here. We still don't have any attacks that are even remotely close to good. A run-amok would change a lot of things here. Opponent, once again, swings on in. We have to take it because we can't deal with Tetsuko right now. And they're just doing nothing with their turns, aside from attacking. That's pretty spicy. Now, Merfolk Trickster is the spice here. So, what I'm going to be able to do is, they're going to swing with the team, and we get to Trickster the Mammoth Spider down, well, no, actually, hold on, we can't do that. We have to remove the ability from Tetsuko so we can block all their stupid attackers or whatever. So we're just going to go ahead and go on that plan. We're not going to make any attacks, obviously, because our attacks are bad, but we get to hold up both Merfolk Trickster and Syncopate. I can also try to count damage, but I only have 10 damage on board, and even adding Trickster and Journey Mage. So if I played Journey Mage, and then they'd be at 15, and I'd have 13, no, I don't think it'd quite be enough. Wow, is our opponent being more cautious? Huh. Why does this attack make sense? What are you playing around? So hold on. Let's think for a second. So I could Trickster here, tap Tetsuko, block. But what are you trying to do, opponent? What are you trying to do? I think I have to stop them, so I'm going to go ahead and Trickster here. So we will tap Tetsuko and remove all abilities from her. And now I will block. I will eat your dude here, and I will eat your dude here. Okay. Your 1Xs are now dead. I don't know why you didn't attack with Tetsuko, but whatever. Ah, here we go. I would like you to pay 1 mana, please, for this Academy Drake. Alrighty. Ooh, run amok. Amok. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attack with everything, including Skittering Surveyor, I think. Because, like, if he blocks Skittering Surveyor, then he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. That's 11. Yeah, that's fine. Block Skittering Surveyor. I dare you. Because if the Mammoth Spider blocks anything aside from Skittering Surveyor, it's dead. Or actually, hold on. Could they also just be dead? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, plus 4. Not quite. So yeah, we have to kill the Mammoth Spider, which is fine. Alright, so you go to... Yes, I'll deal 1 trample damage. 7. Play Journey Mage. You take 2, going to 5. And now it's your turn. I think the only thing that really blows me out here is exactly Urza's Ruinous Blast, and they did not have it. Awesome. Next card was... Come on, Magic Online. I hit draw a card. Or don't tell me. That's fine too. Alright. That went much better than I thought it did. I still think that the attack there without the Tetsuko was really weird. That didn't seem right. I don't know what they were trying to do there, though. Or what they were even playing around. I don't know. That was weird. But that match went really well. I had fun playing that match. Our opponent obviously made some suboptimal plays? I'm not sure. The deck also seemed very conflicted. Like, my last draft deck, I was playing green-black, splashing blue and white for Teferi and Wrath. But that was only because I was at my local game store, and not, at the Pro Tour, or at a GP, or at a PPTQ, or whatever. Alright, our opponent won the die roll, so good for them. And this hand, they mulligan to 6, but this hand's keepable, so we will keep it. It's a little awkward having to play our Clifftop Retreat first, but if we draw a Mountain, this hand's gas. Another white deck. Mountain? Syncopate. Alright, Clifftop Retreat, go. It is 100% correct to play that there. So they play another Plains. Play out our Keldon Warcaller. As we are wont to do. Ooh, Mountain. Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms. Alright, we're going to play an Island. We're going to play Lava Runner, hold up Syncopate for 1. Sadly, no attack. I'm doing this so that I can set up Journey Mage for quite a bit. Triumph of Gerard. Well, we can't syncopate it because we wouldn't have been able to syncopate it anyways. And the final chapter is Flying, First Strike, and Lifelink till end of turn, so that means we're never getting through it. Ooh, that is a bold attack with the Sergeant at Arms. We will take it because we don't have good blocks, but that's fine. Ooh, I'll remember you for next time. So let's play out the Plains. We will pre-combat play out Journey Mage to guarantee that we get the little Nuggin for 2 with our Gitu Lava Runner, just in case the opponent has something like a Gideon's Reproach here, which I really feel like they might have. Also, the fact that we have Blink of an Eye as an answer to any of their shenanigans is going to be real spicy here. Also, something that they could do, like if they try to dub this, we're going to be able to blow them out so hard later. Oh, they have Benalis Marshal. Well, that card's just bonkers. Alright, so we're still going to take 5 from this Sergeant at Arms. Yeah, no, we're gonna take our beats. Keldon Raider. Keldon Raider's fine, but not what we want. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack with everything. Because worst comes to worst, we just run amok on the Lava Runner. All depends on how they block. They block this guy? Okay. Here's a run amok. Yep, take some damage. So I could blink of an eye this now. I think I just want to... Are there any cards that punish me for waiting to blink of an eye it when it attacks? Well, they could play a land and then they could kick it. That would be awkward. Whatever. I think we just pass the turn. Let them get that part off. Just don't play a land. Oh, they played a land. Play something first. Damn it. Well, I don't think I can win if we go to 8 and you go to 13, so just put it back in your hand. You get to kick it on the way back down, whatever. That's fine. You didn't get to gain a bajillion life. Alright, so we drew an opt. I think we have to start with opt. Run amok. I do like myself a run amok. And then we will bash. Specifically because we drew run amok, we get to bash again. All depends on how our opponent decides to block. Alright, so they're going to double block the Warcaller, or the Gitu Journey Mage. However, we get to kill this. We get to wipe their board clean, thanks to run amok again. So now we will be left with a board of 2 2/2s, with them at 5, and we have Syncopate up for 1, so they would need to tap out for something bonkers here. Which I don't think they're going to. There's not many cards in these colors that I think that kick her for 7. Wizard's Lightning on the 2/2, you got it. You did it. Ooh, Gitu Journey Mage. Excellent, excellent. So I think we attack. Get on in there. No Gideon's Reproach? That's exactly what I wanted to see. Play Journey Mage, put you to 1. Wizard's Lightning. Oh man, so that's what they had. And they have the mana to pay for the Syncopate for 1? Sure, you have it. You have it. So I have a lethal threat in play, and you have no cards in hand. Granted, the Syncopate's really bad now. Alright, we got there. Whew. Alright, so they are red-white with really good cards in their deck. Benaliged Marshal, Triumph of Gerard. Well, Triumph of Gerard's okay. Sergeant Arms is pretty good. The Sergeant is making me think about Radiating Lightning. There's a lot of X1s that the red-white deck's going to have access to. Can't think of any other huge cards I'd rather want, though. So let's bring in Radiating Lightning. I think we don't want Divination. You'll probably cut this op for the second Radiating Lightning, just to really push in damage. Plus, we never showed them Syncopate, so they may not even know that we have it in our deck, which is nice. Yeah, I'll just run it like that. I think our deck matches up fairly well against theirs, so... Granted, they did have, double Wizard's Lightning. I would have loved to have gotten double Wizard's Lightning. My gods. Opponent chose to go first. This hand is really awkward. It needs lands. Specifically mountains. But they're in the mulligan and we're on the draw. I think we can keep this hand. Their deck didn't appear super fast. Like, we draw just one mountain, this hand becomes insane. We draw, I did say draw one mountain. That is technically a mountain. In the sense of the word that it taps for red mana. Our opponent has Voltaic Servant. Now, normally, you don't play Voltaic Servant unless you have a reason to. We'll just play Lava Runner, say go. Lava Runner does stonewall Voltaic Servant all day long. Alright, opponent. You're going to attack. Then I will block. this is a free block for me. Like, you could have a trick, but you haven't shown any, so I don't think you'd have any. Player Sergeant in Arms, sure, whatever. Alright, so we get to Island into Skittering Surveyor. Go ahead and get ourselves a mountain. That way we can we can play our Keldon Raider next turn. I'm probably going to hold... I will be able to use this Radiating Lightning at some point. Don't know when. Opponent attacks with both. My Surveyor is a little bit more... what's the word I'm looking for? Replaceable than my Lava Runner, because we are supposed to be a Wizards deck, so we'll see. Alrighty, so we play this mountain. I could attack in, but I think I just want to play out my Keldon Raider. Now we get to discard an island. Could discard this Radiating Lightning, I guess, is another option. But I think I'd just rather... Okay, cool, we drew a creature, which is kind of what I wanted. And we'll just say go here. I don't think getting in 1 damage here is going to be super relevant. Ooh, Warlord's Fury. Well, you wouldn't play that without a reason. Oh, you're paying more costs? Ah, Benevolent Marshal. There we go. There's a reason to play Warlord's Fury first. Now, sadly, I don't have a good block on the Sergeant at Arms, but that's whatever. Yeah, so this is their only real good attack, so we'll go ahead and take it. Play a Plains post-combat to untap it, and then they untap it, we'll take Servant. Alright, so we have Island. So now I guess, is it more important to put Journey Mage into play, or is it more important to play Cloud Reader Sphinx? They only have 2 cards in hand, and Cloud Reader Sphinx both eats Benevolent Marshal and allows Keldon Raider to just go ahead and trade for Sergeant at Arms. So I think I'm going to do that. So, Cloud Reader Sphinx, what do your Sphinx eyes see? Sphinx eyes? Ooh, I think I want both of these. I don't know which one I want first, though. I think I want Journey Mage second, Shivan Fire first, just so I have the option of it. And then no attacks. Like, we don't have any good attacks. Like, sure, I could attack with Keldon Raider, but I want to leave it on defense right now. Opponent played another Plains, which means they can't double spell with red cards. They could also just be flooded on Plains. Ooh, a kicked Sergeant at Arms. Well, do I have a card for you? Alrighty, so they will do that. Now we have the mana to both Shivan Fire and Radiating Lightning. And they're both instant, so I think I'm inclined to do that. But I think we just say go again, sadly. Now our opponent may decide to get cheeky if they draw something like a Triumph of Gerard, excuse me. So we'll see how our opponent... They only have 2 cards in hand, so... Alright. Oh, the team? Oh, opponent. This isn't going to go well for you. Now, I'm doing this pre-combat to see if they have any tricks in their hand. Alright. Did that. And then Shivan Fire. You're Benevolent Marshal. Just to shrink the dorks. Ah, they had Adamant Will. Okay, that's good to know. So now their whole board has 1 damage on them, and they have 3 mana remaining. Well, I think we chump here. We eat here, chump here, eat here. I guess they could have charge. If they have charge, does anything change here? This would just be a trade. I'd still eat that. This is fine. Alright. I'm at 10. You still have a silly board, but that's fine. Let's see. Does anything I can do change here? Well, I don't have a wizard for Journey Mage, which sucks. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with Keldon Raider here. Because again, Raider just trades for these things. But then I get to go Surveyor into Journey Mage. Yeah, that seems fine. They only have one card in hand, so there's not much they could do. And they didn't even block. Even better. So we'll play Skittering Surveyor. We will get a mountain. Play the mountain. Play Gitu Journey Mage. No wizard, sadly, but we do get to deal some damage. Yeah, next turn, given the opportunity, we will be dealing damage with this Journey Mage. But our opponent, they still only know fighting, sadly. I think I'll just do this and this. I want to save this Journey Mage to deal damage, so this is fine. Our opponent is kind of desperate right now to deal damage, so I am okay kind of tolerating their attempts to do so. Here's another Journey Mage. Deal some damage to the foe. And do I want to attack with this Keldon Raider? I think I do. Especially since we drew Merfolk Trickster. See what our opponent is going to choose to do here. Probably just take the 4 or chump block. Nope, taking the 4. Alrighty then. Alright, so now, opponent untaps, plays a land. Finds Benelish Honor Guard, which is just a 3/3 on this board. So, smorking with everything. I'm 8, and you're at 7. Just those. Alrighty then. Merfolk Trickster is going to prove her worth once again. I would like to tap down your Benelish Marshal and have him lose all abilities. Now, I would like to block. Block. Oh, nope, they've seen enough. They see the writing on the wall. We have a 3 power flyer and a bunch of other powerful dudes. I was gonna eat one of the sergeants. I was going to eat the Voltaic Servant, and then maybe just chump with the Merfolk, preserve our life total, and then kill them on the crackback. All right, 2040 with probably a very mediocre Wizards deck, guaranteed to get 2 packs out of this intermediate Swiss draft league. Feeling pretty all right about things. Yeah, this deck's had some really interesting lines that I wasn't necessarily expecting would be that awesome. But this is sweet. Magic's such a fun game. Also, we haven't really gotten, Hosebar and Mana that often. I was expecting that more often, taking and playing Jodah. But we haven't even seen Jodah. We haven't even needed Jodah. We've only seen Adeliz once. Cloudrider Sphinx was as good as I thought it was going to be, so that much is true. But yeah, so both of our opponents were playing white, which I think is pretty strong indicator of what people may think is good. All right, I rolled a 1. You can see there, so that's less good for me. Opponent is deciding whether or not they want to go first. They have chosen to go first, and then they pass. They will choose, or they will then pass it along to us. This hand is actually pretty good. We've got a 1-drop play, an opt, a 2-drop. Hopefully, this opt can find us a 3rd land for Adeliz. Yeah, this hand's fine. Unexciting, but fine. Also, this is probably as great as opt is going to be. Yeah, I was worried if I was about to say if we drew a land, we would be able to save this opt for later, but we did not. An opponent plays Tetsuko Umezawa. We will opt. Run Amok is not a land, so we will bottom it. We draw Journey Mage. Still not a land, and we'll play Keldon Warcaller and say go. Now, thanks to Surveyor, if we find a land, we can play Surveyor to get another land to go to 4. I guess the point of contention is going to be for us is, do we get Plains in case we draw Joda? Wow, harsh punish. We're just going to say go since we didn't draw our third land. Just no reason to do anything if we didn't draw land number 3. I was going to debate, saying if we drew a Plains, do we get, or if we drew a land, depending on what land we drew, would that influence what land we get off Surveyor? And I think there are some. Ooh. Our opponent has decided to go deep. And I think I'm fine just doing this now to put them behind since we're already behind. Alright, so we found Island. So now we have a big question. So I can play Adelise, get in. But I think we want to hit our 4th land. Now we've got Keldon Raider, but we have more mountains in the deck than we have other lands. So I think we actually skittering Surveyor, get a Plains. Oh, we drew our 3rd land this turn, never mind. So no attacks either ways. But then we get our Plains so that we can play Joda. Opponent is going to replay their Temporal Gateway this turn. Or at least I'm expecting them to. Unless, they have a Relic Runner, sure. Alright, another Skittering Surveyor. That's a nice draw to have. But I'm just going to play this Joda. Sure, Joda's a 3-mana card. Oh, do you have a counterspell? This Syncopate for 1? Ah, brutal. Alright, whatever. So we got the Syncopate out of our opponent's hand, which is fine. It was going to hit something anyways. So, whatever. Because at worst, Joda's a 4-mana 4-power flyer. Opponent's going to replay their Gateway now. Yep. Or they're going to attack with their Relic Runner because they hate fun. We find Clifftop Retreat. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to Cloud Reader Sphinx here after combat because we're not blocking these creatures anyways. So might as well get in while the getting's good. Plus, if they're able to activate this Temporal Gateway and put something big and dumb into play, I want to have something relatively big and dumb in play already. Oh man, these are both really good. So I think I put Fight with Fire on top first, and then the Mountain. That way I can draw, that way I can go Adelise and Geechu Journey Mage in the same turn. And then maybe, just maybe, we get to the point where I can use Fight with Fire to kill our opponent. So we'll take 2 from Relic Runner. They have not activated the Temporal Gateway. We're going to play Adelise. Do they have, are they, okay. I was about to say, do they have a counterspell? Then we're going to play Journey Mage pre-combat, just in case they had a removal spell or something. And then we're just going to attack with everything. Like, our game plan right now is Fight with Fire. Are you going to activate Temporal Gateway and make me sad? Alright, what are you putting into play? Surprise me. Danitha, sure. That's annoying. Beatable, but annoying. Alright, so basically the damage from Adelise doesn't happen. Whatever. But, would I play Esper for Danitha? Probably not. I don't know, that's weird. Ooh, attacks with everybody. Well, I don't think we block Danitha. Being First Strike Vigilant lifelink is really annoying. Alright, opponent, they have a Deathbloom Thallid and a Vicious Offering on Adelise. That's annoying. That is annoying. I'll give them that. And they didn't even kick it. But their saplings are unblockable. Alright, what do we do here? I don't think Fight with Fire is a good idea anymore. Especially since they have Danitha. Well, hold on. It's 9 mana to cast it and kick it, and we've got 6. Surveyor, it would be 7. We'd be really heavily reliant on being able to find the right cards at the right time, though. Alright, so I think what I think we're going to do is we're going to jam with the Sphinx in the air, because we do need to apply some amount of pressure. And then we go Surveyor. Okay. Yes, I would like to use its ability. I would like to go get a mountain. I'll play the mountain. Then I will Keldon Raider. I would not like to use its ability, and it's their turn. So now I can block Danitha with Keldon Raider. I'd rather not, but I can. And if we draw 2 lands in a row, we get to fight with fire. I'm really questioning our opponent's use of the Thran Temporal Gateway here. As I kind of expected here, they're going to do this, which is awkward. Puts us on a little bit of a clock. Alright, what do you got next? 5 mana. Windgrace Acolyte. Well, that's a flyer, and they gain 3 more life. Put a removal spell in the bin. That's nice. So Lava Runner has haste. That's not really what we want right now. Alright, well, we're going to play it because we can. But I think... Oh, man. So we're dead in 3 turns to the unblockable things. So I could attack with the Sphinx, put them back to 13, but then they attack for 6, put me to 2. Yeah, I can't attack right now. No attacks anymore. Sadly. I need to draw Runner lands in order to, I think, even have a shot. Thanks to Fight with Fire. And just to do a count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I draw 2 lanes in a row, I think my actual line is going to be Fight with Fire, you're bored. They have Whisper. Well, Whisper doesn't get back anything busted yet, so that's fine. Yeah, come on in. The water is mediocre at best. Shivan Fire would also be a great top deck. Island, alright. It is your turn, opponent. So if we draw land, we can go Fight with Fire, kill your board. Pardic Wanderer. Okay, Pardic Wanderer does put a wrench in those plans, sadly. Alright, we go to 2. Land. Shivan Fire. Is Shivan Fire as good as a land? I don't think it is. What does Shivan Fire do? So, Relic Runner kills me if they have a historic spell in their hand, which they could have. Tetsuo, or Tetsuko. Tetsuko, I can kill with a kicked Shivan Fire. So, let's see. I can kick a Shivan Fire and cast regular Fight with Fire. However, now they have Whisper up, and they can just bring back the Pardic Wanderer if I try to kill it that way. I think the line is going to be wait for them to attack. Shivan Fire kicked the Tetsuko. Hope they didn't cast a historic spell pre-combat. Oh, but then hold on. Then they just whisper back Tetsuko, though. Oh, man. So I think I'm dead. Because of Whisper, I'm effectively dead. So I have to deal with Whisper first. Is what this is telling me then. So if I Shivan Fire Whisper, they're forced to use Whisper's ability, which is probably going to be sack Deathbloom Thallid and Whisper to get back Skittering Surveyor, which gets them a land, which doesn't really matter. And then I can fight with fire Tetsuko. Because if I try to kill Tetsuko first, and then they activate Whisper, get Tetsuko back. And I have to do this all on my turn because Fight with Fire is a sorcery, not an instant. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. So we will Shivan Fire Whisper. See where our opponent's reaction is going to be. I'm assuming they're going to sack Whisper and Deathbloom Thallid to bring back Surveyor. I'm assuming. I have no actual proof of that, but that seems to be the most reasonable option based on the card. That's the best way that we can play around the cards that are in play. Because this way, they can't bring back Tetsuko and kill us. Now, this still leaves us dead to them having a historic spell of any kind in their hand, thanks to Relic Runner. Because we can do some double blocks on the Partic Wanderer, we can do some other blocks on their other stupid dudes, but I think this is one of our best options available to us. Now, I think our opponent is going through the numbers trying to figure out what the other card in our hand is. I think they can reasonably guess that we just drew the Shivan Fire this turn. I think that's a reasonable assumption that they can make. So, they just let it happen. So they were debating whether or not they wanted to bring back the Skittering Surveyor. Well, here's Fight with Fire on Tetsuko. So now they need to have exactly the card. They need to have exactly a historic spell. Because they have 5 lethal threats, we have 6 blockers. We have 6 potential blockers. Oh, they sent us a message. Oh, BRB? Great. It's exactly what I wanted. Well, through the magic of editing, we will cut to when our opponent returns. Alright, our opponent has come back, and they are casting Yargle. Yargle! 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 Oh, and it was also a historic card. So, as expected, we were dead. So, let us return to the land of the living and figure out how we're gonna beat them. Sadly, we don't have anything that deals with artifacts. We do have, Wizard's Retort, I guess? Question mark? Could be useful in this matchup. They didn't have a ton of X ones, otherwise I would consider Radiating Lightning a little bit more. There's also Haphazard Bombardment, I suppose. So I think I want to cut Divination, though. I do think that that's going to be a little too slow for what we're trying to do. Which is why I'm bringing in the Retort as well. Beyond that, I guess I could see cutting Fervent Strike for cutting Fervent Strike for Haphazard Bombardment. Let's try this. We're up against it, but we have outs. I would like to play first. Yes, thank you. There's no blue in this hand, but it's got a 2-drop, so I'm going to keep it. Yes, I'm a Yes, I'm a madman. Yes, I'm a monster. I'm not afraid of what our opponent may bring. Honestly, it was probably a mistake to keep this hand, but whatever. Hey, look, we drew an island. Is land. And I'm going to attack. Ha. Do you want to block, opponent? Yes, you do. Time to run amok. Totally fine with this, because I think we want to try to keep them as off balance as possible. Opponent now plays their Tetsuko. Island is nice. I think I'm just going to say go. I could attack, but there's no reason to right now. And either I get to blink of an eye the Tetsuko, or Jousting Lance. Do I care about Jousting Lance? I don't think I do. Not right now, at least. Opponent is going to then not attack with their Tetsuko. Well, allow me to kicker your card and draw a card afterwards. We drew Adelise and Merfolk Trickster. I think we're just going to leave up Syncopate here, though. Or I could just also Merfolk Trickster tap down the Tetsuko if they decide to go with that plan, but we'll see. Tetsuko, well, opponent, I'm going to Syncopate for 3. And they had nothing else. Oh, baby. Alrighty. Well, let's add Elise for 1, playing around their very own copy, potentially, of Syncopate. Get on in there. Also, opponent is currently color screwed. I say that and they play a swamp. ETB tapped black land. Alrighty then. So now they have a bajillion mana up, probably for Syncopate. So let's go ahead and make them use it now. We will play Gitu Journey Mage. Would you like to Syncopate this? No Syncopate? Alrighty then. We will get in for lots of damage. Opponent is at 6. We have 7 power in play. They have Vicious Offering. Oh man, if that's the card that you were hoping it was going to be, I have poor news for you, my friend. So my options now are either Lava Runner or Run Amok. I'm going to go ahead and Lava Runner here. It plays around Syncopate better, which we did see last game. Yeah, perfect. Just like we drew it up. Alright, so we're going to be on the draw for game number 3. Would I rather bring in any of the other cards? I think I like Blink of an Eye in this matchup more than Opt. And I think that's going to prompt me to cut a mountain to add an island. And on the draw, do I like Haphazard Bombardment? I don't think so. I don't think I like this at all. I think I like this on the draw. I think I'd rather have Fervent Strike. Unless I can cut a land on the draw? Nah, I think this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Probably should have cut the mountain for the island anyways because of Wizard's Retort, but we'll see. Opponent is going to probably choose to play first. Or at least I'm assuming they're going to choose to play first. Yeah, that draw was very aggressive. I hope that our draw in this game is similarly expedient. Okay, this is pretty alright. I'll keep this on the draw with double Surveyor with a pretty decent shot of drawing our third land. Oh yeah, I'll do this. I will play the retreat first because we did draw another land, but we don't have a 1-mana play, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. Ooh, there we go. I will play a 2-mana 2/2. Do you want to Syncopate it? No? That's what I thought. So next turn, if I draw an island, I think even if I don't draw an island, I think I just wait. Like I don't want my Adelise to get syncopated that bad, so mountain. We will start by just attacking for 2. And we should remember that our opponent has double Vicious Offering in their deck. Oh, no, we can't play that yet. So our opponent has double Vicious Offering in their deck. Ooh, they let it resolve. Which is fair. Normally you don't want to, Ooh, what do you have? Oh, you have post-combat Vicious Offering. I would love to use Skittering Surveyor's ability. I will grab an island. And then it's your turn, opponent. So yeah, the post-combat, removal spell, that's an instant. Ooh, Icy Manipulator. Well, that is a very powerful card that we don't actually have an answer to, but that's just fine with me. So we will attack you with Skittering Surveyor. And then I'm just going to go ahead and play another Skittering Surveyor and get another island. Because we have more double blue spells than we have spells that need white mana. So that way our opponent doesn't have the option, or doesn't have the option available to them. Yargle. Ooh. Yargle is here. Well, they don't get to Icy this turn, which is nice. So my options are to Adeliz, but I think I want to be able to Adeliz at the same turn I Journey Mage. So I'm just gonna... Well, no, that's bad tapping anyways. I'm just gonna Journey Mage here, and say go. I'm gonna represent Syncopate here, which our opponent is 100% gonna play around. They've got Icy Manipulator in their deck. Why wouldn't they? Our opponent's deck's also very, very good. I still don't know why they're playing the Thran Temporal Gateway. I think that's way too cute. Like, if the Thran Temporal Gateway is the only way they're putting Danitha into play, that's not where you want to be. 6 mana. For what? Pardic Wanderer. Sure. You have Pardic Wanderer. And no attacks with Yargle. That is... Pretty sure that's a losing proposition. So I think we play Adeliz, no question. I guess the next question is, do I fight with Fire Pardic Wanderer, or do I just Journey Mage here? I think I just Journey Mage. Deal some extra damage, and then get in for 2 in the air. So now our opponent has a lot of choices for their Icy Manipulator. I don't think any of them are actually great for them either. But everyone's kind of even on board. They've traded 1 Vicious Offering for Arkeldon Warcaller. We each have 3 cards in hand. We are 1 card up on them, of course, having been on the draw. But we'll see how they respond here. Ooh, Dark Bargain. That is a bold choice. So they're going to go to 11, at least, thanks to Dark Bargain. Thanks to Dark Bargains. Alrighty, so Ben Quende. So they don't have any white mana, or they don't have the Thran Temple Gateway. So they played a land, and they played Tetsuko. Sure. So they have 1 mana up for Icy Manipulator. So I'm going to assume that Icy is going to be being used here in a minute. Well, first thing I'm going to do is play Gitu Lava Runner. Because obviously the first thing I'm going to do is play Gitu Lava Runner. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast... So I have a few options here. And I'm going to go ahead and run through them real quick. Either I kick Shivan Fire, dealing 4 damage to probably Yargle. Pumping the team. They then get to tap down Adeliz, but that's awkward. But I also have a better option available to me. I can fight with Fire Pardic Wanderer. Adeliz still gets tapped down. I get to attack, and then I get to run amok whatever they block, if I don't like the block. And I think that's what I'm going to do here. Fight with Fire. Adeliz pumps the team, pretty much forcing them to Icy Adeliz here. because it does have flying, and that is going to be a huge problem for them. Alright, Particle Wanderer is now down, and now we will go to attacks. Oh wait, Gitu War Lava Run doesn't have haste yet. No, whatever. I'm a little misplay, but that's fine. So tap down Adelise. What? Tap down Journey Mage. Sure. I think that's a mistake, but whatever. Probably gonna they could put Yargle here, sure. Put Tetsuko on the other one, I guess. Now I gotta do math, because Adelise is... Okay, so they're gonna block here? No? That's what I thought was gonna happen. Okay. So I gotta do math now, because Runabuck is 3 damage, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, 12. Okay, so if I run amok here, I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Oh, so no, you're just dead then. That's fine too. And take 12. And wizards. Whew. That went much better than I thought it was going to go. We got 6 packs, means we can draft again. Alright, let's look at this deck again. Let's look at this deck. If you had told me before this draft started that this deck, this motley crew of a deck, would 3-0 a draft. Sure, it was Swiss, and sure, Swiss means lesser competition. But let's face it, this deck has a lot of issues with it. It doesn't have a lot of wizards, which I wonder is the norm with these wizard decks. It doesn't have the good 2-drops. We are splashing a color for Joda, but this deck did it. It got there. It went 3-0. So I'm pretty happy with this. If you liked what you saw, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Let everyone know that this is a place where you can come and watch sick Magic content. I'm thinking about putting up some standard videos as well, but as you may know, with other Magic formats, acquiring the cards can be a hassle at times, but we will see how that goes in the future. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so on Twitter at JWiley129. That's JWILEY129. Tell your boy you liked my stuff. You say hi. Tell me how I misplayed, aside from... There's only a few times I think I mistapped mana, but I think that draft overall went really well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and talk to you all next time.